What is up, guys? Boris here, and today I'm coming to you guys with a highly requested guide. A lot of you have recently been asking me, what are the best ways to level up your characters? As you guys can see from my character list, I have a lot of maxed units, and I'm going to be explaining almost everything that you need to know today on how to do it the most efficient way, and so on and so forth. What's the best ways to level your characters quickly, right? Now, I guess one quick thing to keep in mind that I haven't really talked about in earlier videos is that some characters take more EXP to level up than others. So for instance, I think the Smoker only took 3 million to get to 99, as well, as opposed to a 6-star, which normally takes about 5 million, I believe. So you're talking almost not twice as much, but close to twice as much EXP needed to level up this guy to max. So that's just something small to keep in mind that I haven't really mentioned. But as you guys can see, I have a lot of level 70 plus characters. And a lot of these you have to get to level 70 to evolve, so you have to keep that in mind as well. So today I'm going to explain to you guys how to do this. Now, the first thing and the quickest thing that I'll let you guys know, I guess, is of course turtle time. This is something that's been true since the beginning of the game and near the beginning of the game. Turtle time, if you guys can do it, that's going to be the fastest way to get elders and teen turtles. And on Japan, we have Princess Turtle Times once in a while, maybe a couple months. When those come to global, that's definitely going to be another way to do that. And so let me go over real quick the best Turtle Time teams in case you guys are not familiar with them. Maybe you guys are newer players. But Turtle Time just means that's a 30-minute to an hour increment, depending on when it is, that you guys can do turtles. And these turtles, you can run them really fast with characters like Thatch, for instance. Thatch is what I call a 3 times captain, so he will give 3 times boost to all of your blue units. Okay, so let's say that we are gonna face a red boss today. Like let's say it's red turtle time today, right? Then you're gonna get your Thatch out, and you're gonna get like, just your strongest blue units out, because blue is good against red. I'm gonna pick like some random blue units, and then in this last slot, I tend to have a someone who can deal fixed damage to the characters. I'll probably put him out there. Mine's not maxed, but hopefully you guys are able to max him. I think he maxes at 5 turns, so that's going to be a really fast way to take out the turtles. Normally though, if you have a Thatch out, you can have, if you can get a blue orb, like for instance my Jinbei can get a blue orb by himself, then blue orb with all perfects, or you don't even need all perfects, it should be able to take him out. Now, if you don't have Thatch, Ace would be fine as well, a 2.5 captain, 2.75, but ideally you want a 3 times captain. This will allow you to do a lot of turtle runs in 1 turtle time, and that's going to be the most efficient way to do that. Now, other 3 times captain or Monster Chopper for red, if you take it on green turtles. For green, you want to use Apu, and this is getting his blue turtles, who's another 3 times captain. Remember that these guys have to, well, with the exception of Monster Chopper, these guys will require you to have full health, so try not to take any damage. If you do, you have to get a food orb before you can get back up. So I showed you blue is Thatch. For yellow, you're going to be using Marco here. And then I believe the purple one is Gecko Moria, I believe, if I remember correctly. Let me check real quick. Yeah, 3 times. So Gecko Moria, another 3 times captain. So when it comes to turtle time, again, this is the fastest way. And when it comes to Princess Turtle time, one of the fastest, there's a couple fast teams. You can either go with a Duval team. Now mine's not evolved, but when you evolve him, he will reduce cooldown, I believe, by 3 turns. He reduces it by 2 turns. And once you do 2 of those, that reduces it by 6 turns, and you can use someone like Tilestone, who will one-shot a Princess Turtle, so all of a sudden his cooldown goes all the way down. Or you can use Vista, and a Sanji. Although if you're using a Duval team, that won't really work. But you could use a Vista Captain with another Vista Captain and a Sanji, and that will do 15,000 fixed damage, enough to take out a Princess Turtle. The other thing you could do is use someone like NL. Now, if yours probably won't be max if you're watching this, but if it is close to max, there's pretty easy to do quick runs. And I believe there might be 1 or 2 other characters that can do it as well, that can one-shot him. And so, whether you go with a Duval team or a, what's his name, a Vista team, you can use, I think, even a Garb team with like Stronghold Shanks. Stronghold Shanks will reduce defense to 0, I believe. There's a lot of different teams you guys can try. And I recommend just trying to put the best one together for when next time Princess Turtles comes around. Now, the other thing I want to mention is, let's say, obviously turtle time is the best way, but outside of turtle time, what can you guys do to farm your characters, level up your EXP? Well, the best thing I recommend is doing, of course, the 30 stamina fortnights. Recently, pretty much for a long time now on Japan, and even now on global, the fortnights have been dropping pigs, and pigs are by far the best way to level up your characters really quickly. They tend to drop very often, and they often drop along with turtles. So you'll normally get these teen turtles, and then you'll normally get pigs. And pigs, what you do with a pig, in case you guys haven't seen a tutorial, no, you do not put it at your captain. What you do is you're gonna go to power up, and sorry for my dogs. So you're gonna go to power up, go to your pig here, sorry, and then what you're gonna do is you're gonna feed it a fodder. So you normally want to feed it around 2,000 EXP. Should be enough at level 7. That should be enough to level it up. And there you go. Now that it's max, what you're gonna do is you're gonna evolve the pig, and the pigs they require 2 of the baby turtle versions of their color, and they take 1 of the evolvers. So I have 4 of these, 3 of these. I'm just gonna go ahead and use 1 of these. So there you go. I evolved the pig, and so now let's say I want to feed someone the pig. Just for purpose, you can see how much EXP this will give. So if I feed someone a pig, and it's down here below Teen Turtles, it's 52,500 EXP. So that's a lot. That's almost, might be exactly twice as much as a Teen Turtle. I'm not exactly sure, but that's a lot. So and these drop very, very often on 30 stamina. So if you guys can do 30 staminas, you're gonna be getting a lot of Teen Turtles and a lot of pigs, and you get a good amount of baby turtles to evolve the pigs. So now that I explained to you what what you drop, what's the best tactic for doing this? Well, the first thing I recommend is, like I said, do turtle times. And when you're doing your turtle times, what I do is I save all, well, not all, but I save most of my baby turtles, as much as I can allot space to. It's gonna be tougher on global, but on Japan you get a lot of space. So you can see I have a lot of baby turtles. I have all these purple baby turtles. I have all these yellow baby turtles, and you can see all these blues. Not too much greens. I think I went through a lot of greens earlier, and I have a lot of reds. Trust me, you'll run out of them a lot. And a lot of times I've been stuck with a lot of baby pigs. Like we were talking about, like 20 to 30 at a time, and without waiting for turtle time to come around. So that's why I always recommend keeping as many as you can, as much as you can allot space for. And the other thing is evolvers as well. So when you're running, maybe when you're farming rainbow crabs or rainbow penguins, you can see I have a lot of I have a lot of penguins. I have a lot of green penguins, a lot of green crabs, a lot of penguins, a few amount of crabs. I tend to use a lot of them. I'll explain those in a second. I have a couple. I've been using a lot of yellows recently because it's yellow fortnight, so that's why I'm low on those. And again, a lot of penguins and a lot of crabs, or lobster. I don't know what you call them, baby crabs. But yeah, so anytime you're farming those, I highly recommend keeping them if you have the space. That way, let's say I have all these purples, right? So next time a purple fortnight comes around and it drops purple pigs, I'm ready. I'm ready with all the stuff I need to start maxing those guys out. Now, one strategy you could use is, of course, let's say I evolve all these pigs. I have like 7 pigs at the moment, so that's going to be around 350, K EXP. I could go ahead and use it on a character, or depending on if it's close to Sugo Fest or something, or there's going to be a yellow raid boss coming up, I might start hoarding these pigs, and after one day of farming, I could have 30 to 50 pigs ready to go to max out a character in one go. So that's that's up to you, but for instance, if I was going to feed someone, I might feed it to Sengoku to try to max him out. I might try to max out Brook. He's pretty close to getting maxed. So it's up to you, really, your discretion. Like the thing about yellows, I already have Raikuyo, Squardo, Marco, Uruji maxed. So really, the only people I guess I'm looking for are Brook and Sengoku. Once I'm done, I'll probably start hoarding them. But other than that, the other thing about the Fortnites is that they drop skill books. So, and trust me, there's still a lot to go over in this guide. So the skill books are dropped. And the thing about skill books are that you won't need most of them. So once your character is maxed, you don't need it. Or let's say this character that you don't want to max at all, then those are useless. So these are a good way of gaining more EXP. So like these base Nami books, I don't need them. These these Tornado Tempo Nami books, I don't care about a character, so I don't care about those books. So I'm just gonna use them. That's 25k EXP per 5 books. Each book is 5k, so that's a lot over time. So let's go with Lola here, and I'll explain this in a second. So I'll explain the priority of leveling because this is kind of important when sockets are out. On global, they're not out yet, but when they are, this is going to be really important. So whenever there's a new character, I want to evolve it as soon as I can, especially if I'm going to be feeding other characters of the same name. So Lola, I'm going to be feeding her other Lolas. So I want to make sure I try to evolve her as soon as I can. So let me just feed her these bugs. I'm not sure if I have enough. I think I already maxed my Mirage Tempo, so let's go ahead and feed her this. And I guess I might feed some yellow turtles just to max her out here so I can show you guys. But normally you don't want to do that. Let's see, this might be enough. I might just feed her Domo books. Spookaya. Actually, I might not need this. Let me just see how much this is, and then we'll go from there. Now you might be asking, why am I not feeding Lola's? You know, they give her 2 times or 1.5 times EXP, whatever, for the same character bonus. I'll show you guys why I don't do that. Actually, I have a lot of fodder. I can just feed her fodder. So let's see how much this is. I don't even need that many. I need 4. Okay, so now that I've maxed her out, I'll show you why this is important to do this. So she's maxed. Now, if you look on the right-hand side, she has 1 socket at the moment, and this is the important part. So she has 1 socket, and this is going to be important for when sockets are introduced into global. So now let's go ahead and evolve Lola here, and we can actually, in case you guys don't know, you can evolve her using Absalom. So as you can see, when I evolve her, she'll get 2 sockets, and that's really important because an extra socket can go a long way, especially if you get good ones. So now I evolved her, and now I can start feeding her Lolas. And that means that now whenever I feed it, let's say I can feed 5 at a time, I can, if I get 2 good sockets, I don't have to throw 1 away because I only have 1 socket space. So it's really nice to go ahead and evolve new characters early on that you're going to plan on trying to level up and evolve, so that you can do that. So you can have that extra socket in case anything goes wrong, or in case you get 2 good sockets and everything goes wrong. So now I can start feeding her, and I don't have to worry about missing out on any sockets, because trust me, you'll come to regret it if that happens. Now the other thing I want to keep in mind, so like raid bosses, is that I'm going to try to evolve. Like all these raid bosses, you want to try to evolve before you start farming them, so you get that extra socket. But again, that's not out on global yet. So I guess in order of what I tend to evolve is new characters that I need to level up. If it's a character that, like I'm not going to start leveling up anytime soon, I don't care about evolving it yet. But once I know I need to level it up, I'll start evolving it. Now the other thing, like I said, there's going to be getting a lot of pigs, a lot of them. So what that means is that eventually you're going to run out of evil material if you don't have enough. So one other strategy you can do is what I did here. Is I spent a good like maybe 2 to 3 bars of stamina just farming the what is it called, the Seahorse Island on ×2 drop rate. And I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I have like 47. 47 of these. And they're really nice because, like I said, a lot of times I'll be stuck with like 20 pigs, and either I'm missing baby turtles or I'm missing evil material. And the nice thing is that when the reason I'm doing that is because pigs, of course, you guys know by now, they'll take evil material the same color, or you can use a baby seahorse, and the baby seahorse is used to evolve any of them, so it's universal. So let's say I'm done farming this, like I'm almost out of yellow evolvers, as you can see. So I have like let's see, 3 penguins and 3 crabs. So once I'm out of those, I can't evolve anymore. But thankfully, I farmed all these baby seahorses, so I'm ready to keep going. So this is I guess this is the fastest way, in my opinion, to do this. Now, other ways of leveling up your characters is do the challenges. If you can do the challenges, normally you get at level 1, you get, as you can see, an elder seahorse, At level 2 you get like a cotton candy, at level 3 you get gems. So just doing the level 1 of it gives you an elder, so easy to go. Missions, if you haven't done the missions on the story islands, those tend to give a lot of rainbow, well, rainbow material, but they tend to give a lot of elder seahorses as well. So you can definitely do that. And other than that, in terms of leveling up your characters, that's pretty much it. Remember to try to always use characters of the same color when you're evolving. So if you're using when you're leveling, so if you're using a yellow elder, then tend to use it on a yellow character. My rule of thumb is that when it comes to characters that I want to evolve, so get them to level 50 to 70, I tend to use primarily only skill books and from time to time turtles. So skill books and turtles on those guys, and then when it comes to pigs and elder turtles, I use those on my higher level guys. So for instance, Brooke here, he's level 92, so I want to go ahead and use the higher level materials like the pig and the elder turtle. And I'm going to go ahead and use these as well because at this moment I don't really have anything else that I need to get to level 70. But you want to try to use 5 things at a time in case you get a super success. And if you're really picky about stuff, you can always wait till ×2 super success, but I really don't care. I farm so much that it doesn't really matter. Like if I saved all my stuff, I would not, I just don't even have, like right now I only have 100 space open, so saving stuff for me is just not an option. I need to save all my stuff for skill books. So last thing, and this is kind of important, is people always ask me, how do you have so much money? I have like what, 23 million at the moment. You will run out of money, and when you're feeding high level characters, and especially trying to get those level 70s to evolve them with skill books, that's really expensive. But if you want to know the secret, it's pretty much just farming the raid bosses. Raid bosses will give you the most amount of money. So even farming 1 or 2 raid bosses, that's going to be the best way for you to get money. And you trust me, I'll never, like, I have so much that it's very hard for me to run out. On Japan, we get raid bosses twice a week, so it's a lot easier. On global, we'll get that eventually, but I definitely recommend you do that. Once you farm 1 or 2 raid bosses, trust me, you'll have so much money that you don't need to worry about it. And just being semi-efficient with your leveling. I'm not saying be like, oh my god, I'm gonna miss out on like this is gonna cost me like 1 extra belly. No, I mean just be semi-efficient. Just sort of keep in mind when you don't start feeding level 90 skill books. Like level 90 is like try to only feed them pigs and elders. If you have a ton of money, go ahead and do it, but like that's the fastest way you like run out of money is feeding like level 90s and level 80s skill books. Now the last thing I want to say is that I forgot what the last thing I was going to say. Oh yeah, so the last thing I want to say, guys, is that when it comes to cotton candy, now I don't have any at the moment. Cotton candy is really expensive to feed, and for the most part, you're going to be feeding it to your high-level characters. And this comes into money. This is the money thing. So, let's say Rayleigh here. Let's say I want to feed him some cotton candy. He's level 99, right? And most of the characters you'll be feeding cotton candy are going to be your best characters, right? Your max-level characters. And it's really expensive to feed them. So what you can do is you can take a fodder character. So I would take like this guy, for instance, and I would feed the cotton candy to him. So feed the cotton candy that I want to use. Now be careful, you don't want to mix and match. So for instance, my Rayleigh, I'm only giving him attack and HP, or my Eno, I'm giving him recovery. So I don't want to mix and match those. Like him, let's say I want to let's say I have 5 HP and 5 attack cotton candies. Well, I can feed them to him. All of a sudden he'll have 10 cotton candies on him. And cotton candies transfer over, so then I'll just feed 1 unit to Rayleigh, which is at a normal cost, as opposed to feeding 10 cotton candies, which normally cost more, I believe, than normal to feed. I'm not 100% sure, but I think they cost more. And even now, that's still feeding 1 character to a level 99 as opposed to feeding 10. So remember, cotton candies transfer over. Just be careful not to mix and match. So then I would feed that, and then I would pick a different one, and I would feed him recovery cotton candy, and then feed him to Eno. And that's going to be, again, another way you can save money, because that's one of the fastest things that can happen is you all of a sudden you start feeding and then you run out of money. So this has been 20 minutes, so I don't want to go over too long. Let me know, I guess, do you guys have any more things that I maybe left out or anything? Leave it in the description down below, in the comments, so other people can see it. Let me know how your farming is going, guys, and yeah, hopefully this guide really helps. Make sure to subscribe for more One Piece Treasure Cruise videos, and like the video if you liked it. That said, guys, thanks a lot for watching, and until next time, peace.